Good evening, Jackson community. Principal Waddell here. Thank you for joining us this evening for our back to school virtual town hall meeting. This evening is designed to go over lots of information in regards to returning back to school. So to start off, just want to remind you that Jackson Middle School, we strive to do our best to exhibit pride each and every day, no matter where we are in our community. So let's remember what our core values are at Jackson. We are committed to being consistent. We are committed this year to giving you exactly what you need so that you can have a great or a better e-learning experience. But we want to do that through exhibiting our core values of pride, personal best, respect, integrity, determination, and following through with those expectations. We also want to remind you that we do have cohorts of students that are a part of our magnet program as well, our Project Lead the Way program. This program is designed to focus on the sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And it is also a feeder program into the Riley High School's magnet program as well. So welcome to all of our incoming Project Lead the Way students. Welcome back to all of our students across the entire school. Thank you again for joining me this evening for our back to school town hall. So to start off, our focus for this evening is to make sure that we all have a shared understanding of the Jackson Way. And that is what our specific approach will be to e-learning. I would like to start off by giving a quick shout out to the leadership team. They are listed there. And I really want to take a moment again to give a shout out and to express my appreciation to the leadership team for your time, your devotion to our school, your ideas, and the collaboration that we put forth together really has helped us come together with a great plan for back to school. So thank you again for your leadership. So to start off, I would like to share with you just the list, the faculty and staff list, so you can see which teachers make up Jackson, what faculty and staff make up Jackson. So let's give a quick glance. I'm just going to scroll through this list. I'm not going to read everybody's name. But we have many returning staff. We have our 6th grade team. We have our 7th grade team. Our 8th grade team. We have our special ed teacher team. Our specials teacher team. Our paraprofessionals team. Southside support. Those are the people that also support us with our special education. We have our in-school suspension, our security team, our maintenance and building and grounds team, and our school nurse. So welcome back to our Jackson faculty and staff for the 2020-21 school year. And so our agenda for this evening, again, we are going to go over the Jackson Way and what that looks like, what that means, a recap of our vision and our mission, what our approach will be to e-learning, and what our key goals are to ensure that you are getting the best experience you can as we go through this e-learning window because of COVID. And so to start off, just a reminder of what our mission and our vision is at Jackson. Our overall vision, we want our students to leave our school prior to high school, before they leave to go on to high school, reading at their grade level, Lexile level, their reading level. We need to make sure that based on the NWEA test that our students take 3 times in the calendar in the school year, we want to make sure that their score that comes out for their reading is at an 1185. And so again, we will be taking the NWEA test again this school year. And if you want to know specifics to your child's RIT score, that is their reading level score, please be sure you reach out to your language arts teacher so that they can share that information with you. But our goal is to get our students reading on grade level prior to leaving our school. And we're going to do that through being consistent. We have some new things in place that we are going to share with you, but we have to be consistent with our procedures and our protocols and our expectations. And that goes for all members of our community. So whatever our procedures and protocols are, Jackson Tigers, families, staff, teachers, everybody, we all have to show consistency so that we can ultimately reach our goal of getting our students on grade level prior to leaving us for high school. And so we have to do that with our heart. We have to have the will, that determination. And again, we have to have the skills to be able to teach. And students, you have to make sure you receive that skills from us so that you can learn and show ultimate growth on your NWEA assessment. And so you know that I always talk about this effort versus luck. You know, we're not lucky, we're not just giving out grades. We have to earn the grades that we receive. And so again, we know that many of you wanted to return back face-to-face, but right now that is just not safe for us to do. So your effort is going to count this school year, getting up every day, getting online every day, completing your assignments, turning them in. Don't forget to hit submit. Putting forth that effort each and every day so that you can still be successful in the long run. And so again, we do not just give out grades. Those grades are earned, and they're earned through your efforts. And so what is the Jackson Way? And we have improvement to do as a school. And so our goals as a school from last school year into this school year are listed right in front of you. We have a literacy goal, a mathematics goal, and a writing goal, a behavior goal, and a special education goal as well. Our first two goals, and actually our last goal, are related to our NWEA assessment. The NWEA is a great tool it helps us identify the college and career readiness of our students. And so we want our students to reach their growth goals on that assessment because we know that it is getting them closer to college and career readiness. And so for literacy and mathematics, we expect 80% of our student body to reach their growth goal in literacy and mathematics. For writing, we expect 80% of our students to demonstrate growth in overall writing when it comes to taking the ELearn assessment that comes up in the spring. Our behavior goals, when we return back to school face-to-face, we would like to reduce our expulsions, suspensions, in-school suspensions, teacher referrals by 25% or greater. We have to keep kids in the classroom in order for them to learn. And then our special education goal, our students that are identified as special education students, we would like 80% of them to also meet their RIT goal for reading. Okay, so those are our goals when it comes to school improvement. We have to show growth. We have to get kids learning, moving forward, and demonstrating mastery of those Indiana academic standards so that we can ultimately be successful in sending them off to high school. So those are our goals when it comes to school improvement. So how and what are we going to do to get there to reach our goals? And so when it comes to e-learning, this is what and how we plan to do. So our goals for e-learning improvement. The first goal, relevant teaching and learning sessions. These relevant teaching and learning sessions that will be taking place through Google Classroom will be based on Indiana academic standards. The district has provided curriculum guides that are a map that tell exactly what the teacher should be teaching and when, and we will use those guides with fidelity. Every single lesson that we plan, we'll use those guides to ensure that we are meeting the Indiana academic standards for your child's current grade level. We also will be taking a huge approach with literacy. Again, our district is really focused on literacy. We have got to get our kids on grade level for reading. And so we will really be focused on using literacy across all subject areas. So don't be surprised if you're in art and you might have to read a passage about an artist and then respond to that passage. Or you may be in band and you might have to respond, or science, social studies. All subjects will be focused on literacy, reading, writing, speaking, listening, and using different types of media, articles, textbooks, all kinds of media to gain understanding about what you are reading. We will also do frequent checks for understanding. That means that we will find small ways, quick checks, assessments to make sure that our students are mastering the skills that we are teaching them. We will not just be waiting to the end of the unit chapter test. We will have frequent ways that we are checking for understanding. So that might not look like a traditional quiz or a test. A teacher might have a 4-question exit slip or some type of way to check in with the child to make sure that they are learning the materials that they are learning. Another goal that we have for e-learning improvement is the way that we set up our classrooms. We are going to become more consistent with the way that our classrooms look across classrooms. That means that our banners will look more consistent. The way that we name our classes will look more consistent. The classwork will be labeled inside the classroom, Google Classrooms more consistently. And the stream, when students first go on to Google Classrooms, that first page that they see, that will be used in a consistent way across classrooms. Strengthening communication efforts between home and school. The leadership team and I did some research this summer, and we have found that email is the #1 way that parents prefer to communicate through e-learning, through this e-learning experience. And so we want to ensure that parent emails are updated. We do have student emails, and to start off the school year, we are emailing students, but we want to pick that up and make sure that parents are also receiving the same information as students. So please be sure that you have your most updated information in PowerSchool. You can just go right onto your account and update your information. You can also call us at the school and we can update your email or phone number as well if you need to do so. So our goals for e-learning improvement are as follows: making sure that we have relevant teaching and learning sessions, setting up our Google Classrooms for consistency, and strengthening our communication efforts between home and school. And we know that when we do this, we have success. In the spring, it was our first go-around with e-learning, and we had many students that became frequent e-learners as we got better at e-learning. And so we want to continue that effort. You can see here that in round 1, when we did e-learning bonuses, we had 318 nominations round 1, and it increased greater than 100% for round 2. So we know that when we are consistent with our practices, we see the growth in our students. We see more students getting online, and we want to continue those efforts because we need you all online in order to show that growth and reach our vision of preparing you for high school. And so this is just a document that is shared with the teachers as well in our district, but it discusses what makes a quality e-learning lesson. And so at Jackson, we are striving for that best e-learning lesson in all that we do. In our instruction, we're striving for best. In modeling the skill for our students, we're striving for best. When our students are given independent work, we're striving for best. And of course, we talked about we're going to have more frequent checks for understanding to ensure that our students are gaining the skills that they need. And then the grading will be based on what types of assignment, based on them turning in their assignments, completing projects, completing papers, whatever it is that they are required to do to make sure that they are getting the best grade that they can receive. And this is just another visual of that effective lesson for e-learning. Teachers demonstrate, first teachers instruct, they give the instruction, then the teachers demonstrate the skill for the students, and then the students will then have independent practice on that skill. And so I wanted to share the e-learning schedule. Now this schedule was also mailed to you, so you should have a hard copy of the schedule at home, but I just want to go over what e-learning looks like for the first few days of school. And so the first couple of days, first 3 days is this week. We have the 12th through the 14th. They are half days. The first 3 days are half days, and our students will spend time in advisory. The reason for that is they will receive additional information, more comprehensive information of what I'm telling you this evening so that they can really understand how their Google Classrooms are set up, where to find information, what information is located on their Google Classrooms. They're going through a 3-day orientation. We have lots of different things planned for our students. We're going over COVID-19 procedures, social and emotional learning activities for students so they can know how to build community virtually in this way, and also to reach out for support if they need that types of support. Again, they will go over the way that we are setting up our Google Classrooms on site. And so as the weeks continue, so the following week, our students will continue to see their advisory teacher. However, with the half-day schedule the week of the 17th through the 21st, they will also finally, during this week, get an opportunity to meet the rest of their teachers on their schedule. So first 3 days will be with advisory teachers, receiving lots of information about the school year, orientation, how the school year will look, what they need to know to navigate through Google Classroom effectively. And then when we get to the next week, the days continue to be half days, but then our students will not only visit their advisory teacher, but then they will spend 15 minutes each day with their teachers on the rest of their schedule. And then the 24th through the 2nd, when we begin full days of e-learning, students will then begin to have a full day schedule of classes with each one of their classroom teachers. So that is our schedule for e-learning, leading us up to August 2nd, I believe, or actually August 5th is the date. August 5th is that date. And then we will wait for the direction from the district on where we're going next. To ensure that you have the information that you need to log on to PowerSchool, the district has provided information on the South Bend Schools website on how to log into Google and PowerSchool. So if you just go to the district sites, go under the student tab, and I believe that's under family. Yes, family down here under students. And then you'll be able to get to the Google and PowerSchool login information. Another tool that the district has provided is e-learning information. And again, this has information on the buses, where the Wi-Fi buses will be, how to retrieve Chromebooks, how to get Chromebooks fixed if needed. It looks like they have some information on continuing reports with the COVID, newsletters, PowerSchool, free Wi-Fi. Lots of information is located here on the e-learning section of our website. So again, our key goals as we return back to school, we are going to provide quality teaching and learning sessions, consistent Google Classroom platform to make it easy for you to access the information and the materials, and clear and concise communication. It is our goal to make e-learning a better experience for our Jackson community. It is very important that you communicate with us your needs as we go through this journey together, but we are here to support our students, and we are here to support you families as we go through these next 8 weeks of e-learning. And then I just have a few reminders for those students that are part of our Project Lead the Way program. There was a letter of intent that was due to our offices, so if you could please be sure to get that completed and turned back in. It is a virtual letter, so if you do not have access to it, you will need to email Ms. Anderson, and her email is listed. Athletics, again, it is currently time to sign up for our fall sports. We currently have cross country, boys and girls soccer, volleyball, football, and I believe I said all of them. If you do have an interest, please email Mr. Columbus, our athletic coordinator, and he will get you the information that you need as well. And then for in-person learning, when we return back to the actual building, protocols and procedures for what that looks like will be shared upon our return to face-to-face learning. So any questions that you may have in regards to this orientation, or any follow-up questions, or any questions that I may not have gotten to, please join me for our Google Meet question and answer session here in the next few minutes. It does begin at 6:30. The link was shared with your child via their email address. Thank you so much for joining us for a quick informational meeting in regards to our back to school e-learning experience. Have a wonderful evening, and we are excited to start the year off with you. And if you have any questions or concerns, please be sure to email us, contact your child's teacher, contact the administration, contact the counselor, anyone that you feel can help you out. Let us know what you need so that we can make our experience the best. Have a wonderful evening and welcome back to school.